All right, we're on the air. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Super Shill stream. People are already telling us in the chat we're late, even though there was no actual scheduled time for the stream. I just started it up. But welcome, everybody. I have no clue what this dude's trying to say. It says Nasser makes a better gadfly than a hero. I have no clue what that's supposed to mean, but okay. We've got Flying Saucer in the chat. Hello. We've got Jason, the artist on a Secret Comics Presents, saying we're late. But nice to see you here, Jason. And everybody, I'm here with Brett. This is his first time on my channel, and we've got a book set in his universe to promote. This is part of the Mythoverse that. Brett, why don't you talk to us a little bit about the Mythoverse? Because I've seen you guys around on Twitter, but I don't know a whole lot about it.
All right, perfect. So, to start things off, my name is Brett McGowan. I am the writer-creator for Changeling and Urban Fairy Tale, which was one of the three launch titles of the Mythoverse, along with Adobe Kroger Dame Commander by Dan Sakharov and Mythics by Matt Trin. My position there is community outreach and public relations. And the Mythoverse was something that was kind of it kind of happened as a happy accident between Matt, Dan, and myself. So a long time ago, about I think it was around 2017, maybe 2016. I'm a little foggy on the exact dates. But around that time, a mutual friend of ours, Cody Fernandez from Jack Irons, found himself in DM jail because he kept aggressively shilling playing Jack Irons. I'm pretty sure everyone remembers that.
Yeah, I remember Jack Irons. It was on Indiegogo around the time I launched, and I remember seeing them around a lot. I don't think I've seen them recently though.
Yeah. Oh, they're working on the third issue as we speak.
Oh, are they? I don't think like I've seen them around since like issue one. I don't know. I thought they kind of disappeared. I don't know.
They
Um,
have not. They have not. Just
I
the
was
opposite.
interested. I was interested in backing it, but I didn't get around to it back then, and I really just haven't seen it since. You reminded me of him. I completely forgot about him.
Okay, well, there's a guy to have on your next show then.
Oh, definitely, definitely. Let them know they could come by whenever they want.
Oh yeah, I'll be sure to drop that to Cody. But yeah, to get the train back on track, so to speak. So Cody got put into DM Twitter jail, and no, not Matt. Dan said, just so you can have a place to keep in touch with people, I'll set up a Slack channel. I went there, Dan went there, Matt went there, another friend of ours named Tank went there, Cody went there, a few others went there, but Matt, Dan, Tank, and I were the only ones who really stayed in there. And we just kept bouncing ideas between each other, and we just found out, you know what? These three urban fantasy books we came up with independent of one another, they could fit really well in a shared universe, and we just decided to give it a shot.
That's very interesting. So, like, each of you keeps your own book, but you guys have crossovers or what? How does it work?
It's kind of like a think less Marvel and DC and more tabletop setting.
Okay, so like maybe like not exactly like big crossovers, but just like little like Easter eggs, maybe like similar like cities or like certain characters, maybe might appear a little bit here and there, that sort of thing.
Yeah, I'm not going to say crossovers aren't completely on the table, but they're not the focus of what we want the Mythoverse to be about.
Gotcha. I actually like that more when you got like a certain city that comes up a lot in stories, like Stephen King books. Like so many of them are set in one city or another,
They're
and
always set in
like
Maine.
well, yeah, all in Maine, but some of them are in like Derry, and some of them are in Castle Rock, and there's the few main cities where they take place, and I really like that. I like that there's a Cujo reference and Pet Cemetery and that sort of thing. Like I like that. I like those little Easter eggs more than if we've got characters from two books. Oh, and they meet up in one book. That's cool occasionally, but I'm bigger on like just smaller sort of Easter eggs.
Yeah, I think like we have like a whole document that's made up for brands that we made up for the Mythoverse that are like going to appear all over in the different books, and I think that helps it makes it feel more like a real place
That's
as
that's
opposed
actually
as
that's
opposed to the
actually
endless crossovers.
That's actually something I mentioned in a video I did earlier today. I was talking about the Exorcist trilogy of books, the Exorcist Legion and the Ninth Configuration. And the thing I like is that the main girl, Reagan, in the first book, she doesn't show up in the sequels, and the sequels aren't just like rehashes. It's
Yeah,
like,
she is in
you
the
might.
second one.
No, she's mentioned vaguely in the second one. I'm talking about the books, not the movies.
Oh,
Um, but but in the books, she's she doesn't come back up. It's they follow side characters. They continue these certain themes, but it's not all about like, oh, we gotta have the same character possessed for 3 books. It doesn't do anything like that. And
that would
that
get
was a
old pretty quickly.
yeah, and that was a point I made though. Like when you said like it makes the universe bigger, I agree. That's something I like to do myself with my own books too. Is if I ever do like sequels or something, it really never has like the same character in any of the books. It'll have like a brand new character, but like the same town or something along those lines.
You know,
That's what I like to do.
I guess while you're on that thought, I have to wonder, like, so like, where do you fall on with like book series, like say Sherlock Holmes?
Um, I have Sherlock Holmes books, but I haven't read them. But I don't know. I prefer standalone books in the first place. But I don't know. As far as like book sequels, I don't know. I would rather read it, and it just has nothing to do with the previous book. Like with Legion, the sequel to The Exorcist. It's got the detective in he's the main character in Legion, and he was in The Exorcist, but he wasn't the focus. He was more like a side character there, and he gets a bigger focus in book 2, and it's like a supernatural detective story more so than just a book about possession. And I just like it carries over certain themes, and we follow a side character in the next book, and that's what I really like. But as far as like following the same character, I don't know. I like it sometimes, like with Indiana Jones, but
I, I
usually
guess a
I want something new. Like I know, a lot of people are, they just want to put out the same old thing 5 times over, and like me, I mean, I love Friday the 13th, so you could give me the same movie 5 times over, and I'll watch it. But most of the time though, I want something new. But I know most readers and movie watchers just want like the same old thing. I don't know. I mean, I'm fine with that, but usually I just want something different
I
each
guess in the case
time.
of Sherlock Holmes, it works better just because it's more episodic than a
Yeah.
continuing story. Like each of the novels is a self-contained story.
Yeah, and so we were talking about this for a few minutes over on Twitter, but and the links in the chat and description for anybody wanting to find this book, Hollowed Harvest. But you were telling me that this book is set in the Mythoverse, but you guys are having smaller, maybe lesser known creators do the stories on here. So how
Yes.
exactly did you guys put this book together?
This was entirely the brainchild of one of our new guys named James Stern, whom will be on shortly. He can tell you the origin to this much better than I can, but it's just, but there was a, I'll just tell you that there was a lot of enthusiasm between all our people for this project, and we just decided it was too good of an opportunity to pass up, and it's kind of what we want to do. I'm sorry about my phone. I did not put this on vibrate.
Oh, you're
Okay,
good.
done. Okay, but yeah, we wanted to show what we want to do with the Mythoverse is we don't want this thing to live and die with me, Matt, and Dan. Like we want this thing to be able to grow past us. And while there is an Indiegogo, we also ran a Kickstarter, which made its goal, and that seeing that thing make its goal within 2 weeks, that really became a watershed moment for us as a group because now we realized, okay, good, we can push new titles, we can push new creators, they can be attached to the Mythoverse, and there's an audience for them.
Awesome, awesome. And we've got 13 people watching, so guys, hit the thumbs up and share out the link for this stream and check out Hallowed Harvest down in the description, and it's down in the chat. I'm going to share my screen here, and we're going to take a look through it and look at some of the art, and we'll look at some of the tiers here. Just let me get my screen shared. I almost always forget how to share screen in StreamYard. For some reason, I'm used to Google Hangouts that we haven't even had Google Hangouts in a year. But every time I go to share screen, I'm
Mhm.
like, man, this is so easier in Hangouts. But anyways, here we are, and they were already funded over on Kickstarter, so the book is
Mhm.
going to be made. It's got a flexible goal here. I'd love for to see them hit the $3,000 goal. But the book is funded and it's coming out. And so is all the art already done for this book?
It's it's I think one of our creators managed to finish his story today. I cannot speak to the readiness of everyone else, but we all have a deadline of October 14th. That's when all the stores are supposed to be ready to go to go to market.
Awesome,
Essentially,
awesome. And I really like this first piece here. I have no clue what this character
that
is,
that's a
but
oh yeah, that's the cover that was designed by Neville. He's one of the creators for this. This was
I
his
am
I
so intrigued.
he just came up with this, I guess you could say, for lack of a better term, spirit of Halloween. I mean, and
Yeah,
yeah,
like
and all these jack-o'-lanterns, they reference the different stories.
ah, that is so cool. That is so cool. I really dig this. If I'm able to by the end of this thing, I mean, I got the digital copy. Usually I hate digital, but couldn't grab the physical tier right away. I'm gonna get the physical tier if I can. That's a really awesome cover.
Yeah, sir, I think you should
Um,
go for the one at the bottom that comes with the posters.
Oh yeah, we've got right here print catch-up pack plus posters. Awesome. It looks like there's a couple catch-up packs, and for
Yep.
anybody that likes digital, there's also the digital tier, which is a steal here, $10, and it looks like you get 6 books at least.
Oh yeah, like we figured this would also be a jumping on point to the Mythoverse for a lot of people, so we wanted to provide them all the material that we've printed up till then.
Yeah, and I just really love the idea of an anthology in a universe. Like that's something I'm thinking to do pretty soon with one of my stories, but it might spoil it sort of. It's hard to explain, but I really like this, and I like that you guys have a bunch of different creators coming on here, and I really like these art styles here. And I do you have a favorite story out of any of these? Like
I
have
so
has
I don't know if it would be professional of me to say any such thing.
Oh man. Oh, I know this guy. This I don't know how to say his name. This Jacob.
Jacob Grechik.
Something like that. Yeah, I've followed him on Twitter for a long time. I really dig his art. I didn't know he was in this thing.
He is.
Oh man, well, I really dig it. I really love all the different art styles you guys have got going on in here in this book. I love this piece too. Who did this piece here? Let's
That would
see.
be
Oh,
yeah.
right
Actually,
here.
you can
Yeah,
see it.
yeah, Ginger Foxy. Okay, that's a strange name, but I,
She
I
would
dig it.
she would be known to you if you had already seen Changeling, because she did the coloring for it. She does the coloring for it. She
Gotcha.
wanted to she wanted to contribute a story or to the anthology, and that was and so you see it.
Awesome. And let's take a look at the rest of those tiers, what they all were, so we could go down the line for everybody. Let's see. For the Mythoverse, just $1. Is this just like a thank you page sort of deal right here with that
Pretty
first one?
much, yeah. If you can't afford anything but you want to support, you can just throw us $1 and you'll get a thank you email with a chibi. Oh, that's why I can't hear you. It would appear here Nasser's connection has betrayed him, which means now I gotta carry the show. Let's see. Let's take a look. Look at the chat. Let's see. I'm not. I'm not silent. I'm just waiting for the page to load, guys. Okay, there we are. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, Jiminy. Nasser has been kicked. I'm gonna guess that happens. Kicked by his own stream. Oh yeah, I'm gonna try shilling my own book. Well, it's not my book. I didn't help him. I didn't contribute any. I didn't contribute any material to this. I merely helped promote it. This was the brainchild of guys like. This was the brainchild of James and everyone else who did contribute to the book. Like I said, I cannot take any credit for it beyond just promoting it. So yeah. All right. So let me see what I can do. All right. So yeah, I'll just open the stream. Hold up. I shall open up the page and see what I can do. Oh. All right. Give me a sec. Things are a little bit slow on my end. And all right, let's get that. Let's get that Indiegogo open.
I apologize. I apologize.
There you are.
My internet died, and
please tell me you don't have CenturyLink where you live.
No, my internet died, and then I needed to set up my hotspot on my phone to connect to my computer, and it took forever. I apologize for that. I don't know at what point it cut out because I was looking, I had my screen shared. I was looking at the campaign. I was going over the tiers, and then I like paused to ask you a question, and there was no response. And I go back to StreamYard, and then it.
I know, and it's like I was talking to you about the tier, and then it's like all of a sudden everything got quiet, and
right,
I'm like, wait, what's going on?
Oh my goodness, I apologize, but it also looks like we've got a few people in the chat I got to catch up with real quick. Hello Vickyverse, hello K Blonde, some of our regulars in here. Jason's putting the link here for Hallowed Harvest. Let's see, we've got Stupendous 989 in the chat. Hello, I think that's a new name around here. Let's see, K Blonde's also posting the link to their book, so check that out. But also check out Hallowed Harvest here. Let's see, and we've also got a VM Re in the chat. And Christopher C, nice to see you here, dude. But James, it's nice to meet you, man. How's it going?
It's going all right. I had just gotten out of work when Brett messaged me saying that you had invited him on stream, so I apologize for the delay. But
no, you're good. I apologize for getting kicked out. So we were both a little bit delayed there, but it's nice to meet you, man. And your book is great. I backed the digital tier. I'm hoping to get the physical soon, and everybody in the chat, they should also get the physical tier. They should all get the highest tier. Get the tier that comes with the print, and you get I forgot how many it was.
Three posters.
Like 6 books. Like 3 posters, and I think 6 books or something. Like you guys get a lot for that tier. So everybody go check it out.
Oh, did you already?
We're all about providing value for your buck.
Yeah. Did you already? Did all the tiers get gone over before you discoed?
I forget which one we were on when I got kicked out. So
we were stuck at the dollar one, I think.
Oh, were we? Oh my
Okay.
goodness, because I was rambling for like a little bit, and then I had a question, and then I was like, "Oh no, I got kicked out." But I'm sharing my screen again. We're gonna go here again, and I, I I I think I was actually asking you about the $25 tier, but we'll go back over it what we were saying before I disconnected. But the point we are making about the dollar tier and all that stuff is that a dollar goes a long way on these things. But everybody, if you could only give a buck or two, I mean, at least get the $5 tier because that way you can get it digital. And at the $10 tier, I mean, you get all these books here for $10. I've seen campaigns that like $15 for a 48-page digital book, and that's it. But here for 10, you get so many books, and you get so
You
many
get
different
over
worlds in this
170
universe.
pages of content.
Oh my
Let
goodness,
me put
that's
it
a lot.
like I said over at the Mythoverse, we are about providing value for your dollar.
Oh, definitely. That is this is for what you get and what you pay. I mean, this is probably the best value I've seen on the campaign. It's at least in the top like three at least. Like it's rare to see a campaign offer that much. Especially because like I've seen a lot of campaigns where they're like, get my 48-page floppy and a 5-page ash can, $50, and then
If I
$10
pay
shipping.
if I'm paying $50 for that, it better be leather bound. The pages
Right.
better be gold leaf, and the lettering better, and the title lettering better be embossed.
Oh, for real, for real. Like, like with everything you get from Doug to Maple, and you pay nowhere near 50. Like, you pay like, I don't know, I think like $37, I think, and you get like 160 pages, hardcover and gold edges and all that stuff. Um, but here at the $25 tier, so what all comes with this one? Is this one only the anthology? Do they get any like any goodies that come with this thing?
So real quick, I saw something in the chat that I feel I should address. So Christopher C asked the shipping dates are messed up. Yes, when the campaign got set up, there were a couple of items that were mistakenly listed as fulfillment in 2021. Everything will be completed and in your hands by the end of 2020. So as of right now, we are on track to have all the project pieces done by Wednesday, the 14th, and everything just needs to be assembled into a deliverable digital PDF. And then we're having a little bit of trouble finding a printer. It's been a while since I've talked with Dan about that, so I need to get that cleared up. But you should have prints in your hand in November, barring a complete inability to find a printer.
I will also
I know a few we could talk about afterwards.
Yeah. I will also say this. This is a policy we have for all our crowdfunders. Regardless of what tier you back, you will get a digital copy emailed to you when the campaign is over and the book is complete.
Yeah, that's
Awesome.
because that was one of the things going into the project when I originally pitched it. It's like, okay, this needs to be done in October, because when I had originally conceived of the idea back in, I think like mid-August, late August. No, I think it was mid-August. When I originally conceived of the idea, it was going to be just a Patreon thing. Like we release a story a week for 4 weeks, or the 4 or 5 weeks, whatever this October is going to be. So we release a story every weekend and people kind of get some fun Mythoverse content. And it eventually evolved into what it is now. It's going to be a full-fledged anthology comic. So the plan was always to have product in people's hands by the end of October. And so when we moved to the full anthology format, I made it clear with all the teams that I was collaborating with that everything needed to be in on the 14th.
Awesome. And I love when people have deadlines for themselves and they stick to it. And as everybody in the chat could see, I mean, they've got tons of books out, so these guys definitely are going to get a product to you. There's not going to be like, I've backed campaigns that they make like $40,000, and then you get the update that's like, well, we ran out of money and oh my goodness, I shouldn't have tried making my first comic be 500 pages, like something like that. And they just completely flop. But I mean, you guys know what you're doing. You guys have put out books before, and so you guys know what you're doing. You guys put them out, and so there's definitely that trust there. I know some people are. A lot of people have told me, especially recently, with how certain people run their campaigns and they don't put it out. If I'm being specific, like Detective Dead, like we're never getting that. Red Rooster, they put that in Walmart, and they don't care about the backers. But I mean, you guys put out your books, so that's people don't have to worry with this campaign, and that's always a relief when you see people with a track record. But as far as the rest of the tiers, so we've gone over the digital ones, and I think before we got sidetracked there with like the deadlines and stuff, does this tier right here, the first print tier, does that one only come with the book? Or are there any like goodies or anything that come with that?
So the $25 tier includes so the way the tiers are built is if it's in a tier, it includes everything in the preceding tiers. So the
Oh,
All
okay.
Hallows print, you get the print of Hollowed Harvest. So All Hallows print is a $25 tier. You'll get the print of Hollowed Harvest, and then you also get all the digital content from the $10 tier.
Oh, so that's a great deal.
And then moving on to the $45 tier, it's the print catch up. So if it's available to be printed, you'll get a print copy. So that will include Hollowed Harvest, Adobe Kroger issue 1, Mythics issue 1, Changeling issue 1, and the kind of I guess I'd call it like a prelude comic, Dropping Out, written by Dan Sakurau and Dylan Fagan. And then the digital shorts are going to be just digital for the time being, just because they're 10 pages each, and there's not a massive justification for printing of them.
Gotcha. And then here
But
we've
you'll be
got-
getting, let's see here. Changeling is like 35 pages. Mythics is like 30. Adobe Kroger's 25. Quick math adds up to 85 plus over 60. So you're still getting over 100 pages of printed content.
Awesome. And then so this tier, the final tier, $65, you get all those books, plus you get 3 posters, which I mean I usually don't go for any poster tiers, but I might with this one just to get this one up here, the cover, because that is just really sweet. Like that's as soon as I clicked on this campaign, I don't know, like a week ago maybe, and when I saw this, this is what made me decide to back it. Because I mean, we've just got this I don't even know what to call him, and he's got these floating pumpkins.
The
And
Samhain Shade.
I just saw that and I was just like, I'm in.
Yeah. So there's actually that's outdated. There's been another pumpkin added for the story that made its way back into the anthology. So there's actually 7 pumpkins on the finished cover.
Awesome. I dig it. I can't wait to get this. I'm definitely gonna end up getting a print version before this thing's over. But everybody that's listening right now, go check out this campaign. I'm about to get back over here to StreamYard, and I'll put the link again. We've got 17 people watching, so guys, go check this out. And even if you can't back it, and even if you do back it, just share it out on Twitter. Share it with people. Let people know about it. If there's anybody that likes horror comics or comics in general, if they like comics that have good art and good stories, then send this their way. Let people know about it. Word of mouth is huge with these campaigns. That's probably the best way to market something is you get word of mouth going. So let people know about this, and especially if you've backed any of their previous comics, they've got a bunch of comics they've already done. So go share it with people, and I'm going to catch up with a few people here in the chat. We've got a Kaiser Crimson One says, "How's it going, chat? We've been being good boys and girls, I assume, somewhat." Let's see, and we already addressed this. Anything listed as being 2021 is actually 2020. I think I saw all of them as 2020.
Yeah, it might be the Kickstarter that's
okay.
messed up, unless Dan went in and fixed it.
But let's see what else is going on. Let's see. How long has the campaign going for with only 10 days left?
So it's been going on for about 20 days. It was is a 30-day campaign.
I just noticed you guys literally just said that in the chat. I'm sorry, I didn't notice.
But yeah, so we got the Kickstarter funded. That's sitting at over 1,000. Last I checked, it was 1,030. I don't know if it's gone up. And then today we've slowly started making more progress on the Indiegogo.
Let's see. I'm getting roasted in the chat. People asking my screen's locked, saying he's not sharing. I was sharing. I don't know if it didn't show up for you guys. It showed up for me. It might be if anything, it might be maybe because I got kicked out of here earlier when my internet died. So that might have caused a problem or something with the screen share. I don't know, but I saw it. I don't know if you guys saw it. I don't know. Someone says Apple problems. Yeah, I have no clue. I don't have an Apple. I don't know if it's them with the Apple. I don't have an Apple. But yeah, but there's the link, you guys. I'm highlighting it in the chat. Nebel Heem says you gather all 7 and you get a wish.
So Nebel's one of the creators working on Hollowed Harvest. He's the one who did the cover, actually.
Oh, okay. Nebel, follow me on Twitter. I would love for you to do a piece for me for some book. I don't know which book, but hit me up on Twitter. I would really like to get you to do something.
I'll send him your Twitter.
Cool. Oh yeah, and I see you're offering in the chat to send the link. You could go ahead. Anybody involved with this book, you could send them the link. Let's see. K Blonde says, "Mind if I share a comic with lots of plot?" I guess so. I mean, anybody with a wrench in the chat, you could shill whatever projects you want. But I'm gonna put the link again for the Indiegogo here. I really look forward to this one, and everybody should definitely back it. I want to refresh the page and see if it went up, but I always get embarrassed on these things if they never go up. But I'm gonna refresh it anyways. They're at $215. Let's refresh it, and I really hope it went up, you guys.
266.
Oh, 266. Awesome. I'm glad it's moving. Everybody should go check out this book. It looks really great. I'm looking forward to it. Get the highest tiers, get their back catalog. These are definitely books you guys are going to want to read. K Blonde, I thought you said that this Kickstarter you're sharing would have a plot in it. But no, I do have the link for Common America 2 in the description as well. And if those guys come on, we'll talk to them about it. But yeah, Common America 2, you guys should all back that as well. Get both of these comics. Get Common America 2, get the Mythoverse anthology here, get their whole back catalog. They look like great books, and I can't wait to check them out for myself and give you guys an actual opinion though. But everybody go support them. So you guys have this book. What else are you guys working on at the Mythoverse? What's next after this book? I mean, baby steps, of course. We're this book first, but any other projects coming up after this one?
I believe as soon as everything's wrapped up fulfillment wise with Hollowed Harvest, Dan is going to be launching crowdfunding for Adobe Kroger #2.
Oh, cool. And I see we've got Nebel here. Nebel, how's it going?
What's good? I'm hard at work on my Hollowed Harvest story right now. Just popping in.
Are you still dying on the inside? You posted something last night about
because I've had this horrible habit when I made the Hollowed Harvest story that every page after the last one is more complicated than the one I did before. So I kind of might have got my work cut out for me on this one.
So I want to make sure I'm saying it right. So it's Nebel, is that how you say it?
Yeah, it's Nebel.
Okay.
It's the Nebel word.
Cool. I really dig that cover you did. So how did you come up with that design, man? Were you just putting down whatever, or what was the thought going into it?
Well, the big idea with it is that I wanted a way to be able to represent all the stories in the anthology, and the kind of character that I did, I wanted to make just like a kind of a Tales from the Crypt kind of mascot character for it. I figured like a hooded Reaper dude with antlers on. It might be the kind of person you'd see hanging around a lot of pumpkins, especially because that kind of imagery tends to pop up a lot with Samhain. and
Yeah.
I wanted to make sure that all the pumpkins that I made for the Hallowed Harvest cover could be pumpkins that I could actually carve myself. So
That's really
that's
cool.
yeah, that's about as deep as the cover lore goes. Maybe the shade of Samhain can come up as a character later, but you know.
Oh, I've already got that ticking in the back of my head. Next year.
Sweet.
Next year.
All
Oh
right,
man,
cool.
and you said you were also working on a story in it too. So which one's yours?
Mine is Maze of Dolls. It's
Oh,
more of
interesting.
a really dark, straight up horror story, and it's about a young girl who finds out about a Halloween maze in her neighborhood that there isn't any information about yet. So she decides to take a sneak peek, and she finds out a lot of the stuff in there's a lot more real than she'd like it to be.
That sounds like exactly like my ideal horror story. Like that is just that does it for me. Like that sounds incredibly creepy. That sounds like it's got everything you want in a horror story.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be fantastic. I've seen. How many pages have you completed? 8, 9?
I think I've completed 10. Let me look at
Out
what I'm.
of.
Oh wait, no, not 10 yet. I've got 9 out of 14 done.
Yeah.
I think mine's
Awesome,
one of
awesome.
the longer stories in the
Yeah, it
anthology.
is.
Yeah.
So from the pages I've seen, it's gonna be fantastic. Although I'm a sucker for Nebel's art style. It's kind of cutesy, but he deals with like dark subject matter,
That's
and
what I
so it's a
like so
fun
much
kind of
about it.
juxtaposition.
That's what I like so much about it because I was like, wow, I love this art style and like it's almost one I don't really see with horror a lot. Like
Yeah. Hey,
it's like a
Neville, what
cutesy style, but then it was real dark.
Hey, Neville, you mind telling Nasser what one of your major artistic influences is?
Oh yeah, like one of my big artistic influences is Jonan Vasquez, so there's a lot of that going in here.
Oh, cool. Who else?
Okay, my big artistic influences. I mean, obviously Jonan Vasquez. Uh, Hiro Mashima is actually a really big influence. He's the guy that's behind the Fairy Tale and Rave Master mangas, and he has this kind of popcorny, goofy shonen kind of style that he does.
You're gonna have to send me these later because I don't usually read manga just because I don't
Oh
even know
yeah.
which ones to pick up. I've read um I don't know, like maybe like 7 or so Junji Ito mangas, and that's like all I know as far
That's
as
what
manga.
that's
That's
what I
fine.
was about to recommend is Ito. If you like horror, Ito is great.
Yes, yeah, I love his stuff. Uzumaki really terrified me. That's my favorite one. He's got some good collections. I'm trying to see on my bookshelf. Oh, Shiver. Shiver was a really great collection. That's probably my second favorite one of his, right behind Uzumaki.
All right, cool.
Yeah, but if there's any other horror mangas that you guys recommend, just send them to me on Twitter so I could find them because I'm really interested in finding some more of them. I
All
think there's
right.
one that's recommended to me called I think it's like Drifting Classroom. I think that
Dissolving Classroom.
no no that one I have Dissolving Classroom. I think there's another one called Drifting Classroom. Not from Junji Ito. I think it's
Oh,
a
okay.
totally different dude. But I think that one's a horror manga. I think I've had people that told me I'd like it. But yeah, any horror manga, just let me know so I could find it. And I'm gonna put the link here in the chat again, and let me see what people are saying. I have no clue what this one's supposed to mean, so I'm just gonna skip it. K Blonde says Inner Demons, pretty solid. Would have killed off more characters in it though. That's my novel Inner Demons that you guys could all get on Amazon down in the description. But you could get that whenever you guys. So if you guys could only buy one book today, make sure you guys get this anthology. Yeah, Christopher C, you kind of lost me. I have no clue what's going on in the chat. We've got Furious TV here in the chat saying, oh. Nice to see you, dude. Nice to see you in the chat, PS Melter. And that's the link right there. Now, Bull, after this book, what else do you plan to work on?
Oh my goodness, I've got a lot of projects lined up. After this book, the Maze of Dolls may actually end up. It's probably going to end up being a lead into an ongoing Mythoverse book.
Oh, okay.
That features the same main character in a different setting, with more creepy, horrible things happening to her. Yay!
So that's actually a really good point regarding the whole of Hollowed Harvest. Is most, if not all, of the stories link into the respective writers' future projects for the Mythoverse. So, like my story, Halloween Traditions. It's about a little girl who stays in a graveyard overnight, discovers that the supernatural have their own traditions. And they might not be too dissimilar to ours. But
Okay.
it takes place in the same region and has some names that will make more sense when my mainline comic for the Mythoverse comes out. And then it's the same with a lot of different stories there. They lead into different elements of the Mythoverse. They're not necessarily standalone.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
But they can't stand alone right now.
Well, yeah. They're not standalone in that they operate in a vacuum from the rest of the Mythoverse.
Oh yeah. These are not going to be one and done stories. Every single one of these will have consequences will be felt in one way or another in other books.
That's
Anakin
really cool.
versus the younglings. That's all I'm gonna say. Brett knows what I'm talking about.
Oh, I do.
I don't know what you're talking about, but that at least made me laugh.
Oh, it's
You haven't seen Star Wars. You haven't seen Revenge of the Sith,
I'm
Master?
saying like no, I get that, but I'm saying like whatever you're trying to hint at, I don't know, but just you saying that actually makes me laugh.
Let me put it this way.
That scene just makes me laugh. Like,
then let me put it this way, then Nasser. Let me put it this way, then Nasser. If you stick with us, for the long haul, you'll see what he meant.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I look forward to it.
But yeah.
Man,
So
how far do you guys plan? Because me personally, I don't plan any of my stories. I just sit down and I just write. How far along do you guys plan?
So I've got the outline for the whole of my mainline comic written out. I don't have scripts for every portion, but I have the main overarching plan done. It's just a matter of writing the small scale stuff.
I mean, if I can be real about my work, or the way I did Maze of Dolls is just like when James pitched the idea of a Halloween anthology, I was kind of racking my brain. I'm like, okay, what kind of thing do I actually want to do? And I realized that the character that's in this, the story that I'm going to be doing, it's called Airwaves. It'll be coming out eventually. That a lot of that has already been figured out for me, and I realized that this kind of Halloween story or the Halloween anthology might be a good place for her to have her debut.
Pretty cool.
So it's just kind of came up on the fly. I'm like, hey, I've got this character lying around. I guess I can use her for something.
And guys, we've got Skinny here. People in the chat are excited to see Skinny. They're saying, "Hail, Skinny!" Skinny's got this book right here, Otis Stein, another horror comic that everybody watching this should check out. And I know he's pretty close to a couple milestones. Let me check it. $1,964, so really close to $2,000, and 78 backers. So he's creeping up on 100. I would love to see him hit both of those milestones. He's got 21 days left. The link to that's in the chat. How are you doing, Skinny?
Oh, I'm doing good, man. Dude, I didn't even get like a prompt that you were streaming.
I'm sorry, man.
Join the club, man. He literally dropped this on me. Me too.
No, it's not your fault. It's YouTube. They're dropping the ball, man. I usually always get notifications.
Oh man, did you get
what you meant.
Did you not get a Twitter notification when I sent you the link?
No, I got that. Honestly, I've been kind of high on cough syrup and playing No Man's Sky. So I was in my own little world.
Good place to be.
Right, a great place to be. So I'm glad we have hi Skinny here. Skinny, how are you doing, man? Though how are things going with you, man?
That's going great. I got a really bad case of bronchitis. I actually just got my test results in. It's not COVID. It's just bronchitis. I don't encourage
so-
drug use either. I'm taking the recommended dosage. It's just the recommended dosage kind of screws me up a little bit. So, yeah.
Yeah, man, I'm so glad it wasn't COVID.
I mean, bronchitis still
Mr. Garden
sucks. That's the one that makes you cough up blood, isn't it?
I've had it a few times. No blood ever. You just
Wait,
cough a
no,
lot of
wait,
shit
I'm not-
up and
Wait, no, it's not bronchitis.
You're thinking of TB.
I'm thinking of TB. Yes, yeah, I'm thinking of TB. TB is where you cough up blood.
We don't have
Yeah,
Doc
no.
Holliday here yet. At least I don't think so.
This stream's getting demented. You're like, oh man, I wish you were coughing up blood.
Oh my god.
I mean, is there a better time for us to be demented?
I mean, I could make that a stretch goal. I mean,
Oh man.
Okay, so what? Get to
$40,000.
3K. Get to 3K, and Skinny will knowingly infect himself with TB.
well, I think we have one stretch goal where if we hit 1 million, that Doug Garrett's going to shoot me in the leg. So
I did not notice that. Oh man, let me take a look at your stretch goals. You probably have outrageous
what
things in there I
caliber is he
never
going to
noticed.
shoot you with?
Oh man, where are they? I don't see them on here.
no,
Because depending on
there's
what he
none
shoot-
on the page.
Because depending on
I
what he
don't
shoots
know.
you with, he'll either cripple you or completely take your leg off.
I'd be okay either way, man. I'm kind of lazy. I wouldn't mind spending the rest of my days in a wheelchair. I've walked enough.
Get
Or you
shot
could-
with a Nerf gun.
Or he could also just get an artificial leg too.
Furious
Yeah, I've
TVs
actually
is-
seen a couple of people with those. They kind of look like shoot, I don't even know what they're called, but it's just like this big, long, just flat length of metal that's just kind of curved. You see them on the bottom of cars too for the supports on the axles
Kind
and
of like
everything.
a piston.
Really neat.
Furious TV.
I don't know how
It
they got
looks kind of like a dinosaur leg. Let's get.
What?
I think it looks like a raptor leg.
I think it might just shoot for a peg leg though.
Let's see. People want to see the
Oh, see.
campaign, so I'm gonna share my screen.
You can be
here.
the
Let me know if it
first. You
works,
can be the
guys.
first redneck pirate.
Is my
Well,
screen
I'm sure
share
there's more
working?
than one.
Do you guys see my
Yeah, it's
screen?
loading.
Oh,
I see
Yeah,
black.
okay. Yeah, I think my I think because my internet
Darkness
crashed and I had to use my
imprisoning me.
hotspot. It's
All
probably
I
not
see,
working.
all I hear. I cannot live. I cannot die.
All right, Brett.
Right, he's about to get muted. Is it sharing now? Is it? Let me know, guys. Cause
I
might
see
because
the
I had to use my-
browser.
okay, well, can you guys see?
And the
Can you see the
Infinite
campaign
loop of
now?
horror.
Are you operating on multiple screens?
No. But
Uh,
can you guys see the campaign now?
no.
Oh my
No,
goodness!
it's just
Yeah,
showing
it's-
StreamYards.
oh man, it's probably because I have to use my hotspot because my regular internet died. So I apologize, but let me stop my screen. Skinny, if you want to share screen and show your campaign, then that might be the way it'll work. Because my screen share is not working for whatever reason. It stopped working.
Yeah, sadly, that's a no-go for me because I'm on my phone. Can I even share it? No, I can't even do it. It
No,
doesn't
I
even
don't
give
think
me
you
the
could.
option.
Oh well.
I might be able. Let me see. Send me the link. I might be able to do it.
Well, it's there in the chat if you just want to click on it.
Oh yeah, that's right.
But Christopher C says, when is number 2 coming? I think
Right.
he's talking about Otis Stein.
Yeah, if he's talking about that, we're working on it right now. I'm kind of shooting for probably March or April. It's probably about when we'll, start to be showing stuff off, and that'll probably be when it's near completed too. So, yeah, we're already working on it. It's
Cool,
It's really exciting. There's so much I want to talk about it, but I don't want to say anything about it right now because one isn't even.
That is the
out
most
yet.
frustrating. That's like the most frustrating part of being a creator is when you know all these little things, but you can't share them with anyone.
Yeah, that's pretty tough.
I will
Wait.
say that if anybody ever picked up on the fact that Otis getting blown up by a still, is a reference to the Andy Griffith Show. There will be more of those in number 2. I'm not going to say what will be referenced, but I love Andy Griffith, so my plan is to put something from that show in every issue.
Amazing.
I was about
Who'd
to
have
ask
thought
you
a
a
horror
question and I
comic would
completely forgot
reference
it.
something like Andy Griffith?
Skinny, I had a question for you, and now I'm completely forgetting it, man. I'm sorry. I'm an awful host because I'm blanking. But let's see here. It looks like Brett's sharing his screen. Now, for me, it just shows the loading symbol. Can you guys actually see his screen?
Just see
I
loading.
see.
Oh,
Brett, your screen is
Something happened.
shared. Why are we looking at this, Brett?
Because. All right. So, should I scroll down then?
I got no clue. And everyone in the chat, let us know if you could see it, because I can't see it at all. It's just a loading symbol
I
for
see
me.
it. I've got it. I see it.
I see it.
Oh, now I could see it.
I shall scroll down then.
Okay, cool. I'm sorry for everyone in the chat that we're boomers. 22
I
people.
was
in
gonna
here.
I don't
say,
know
like,
what you're
I
talking
really
about,
dig.
man.
You said,
I'm 21.
Skinny. You
Oh,
said
I'm
the artist
23.
for Otis. Skinny. You said the artist for Otis Stein was Doug Garrett, right?
No.
No, Doug is printing it. Doug's the dude that runs Gravestone Press.
Yeah,
My mistake.
the artist
Okay,
is
fair.
actually Carlos F. Rodriguez.
Guys, I'm gonna try and see
Ah.
if my regular internet's back, so I'm probably gonna pop out of here for just a second.
We're gonna boot Nasser.
I gotta say, I did.
Kick Nasser from
Quick,
the
Brett,
I
I
can
joined the
go-
stream.
I dig Carlos's art style. It's got this retro almost punk rock sort of edge to it.
Oh yeah, it's pretty neat.
Yeah, I mean that's one reason why I decided on him, because I wanted somebody. I don't want people to think I'm disparaging other artists, but a lot of people just copy like really American styles, like Jim Lee or shoot.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
Donnie
There's nothing
Cates.
wrong with that, but I've said this like multiple times on other streams. The aesthetics, they make or break a book, and you got to find the artist who best clicks with your artistic vision.
Yeah, and the way his art is set up, it reminded me of like indie horror movies, like how they always just look kind of off. Not in a bad way, but you could tell like it's not some big budget Hollywood movie, and that's what I was shooting for.
I'm back. Can you guys hear me?
It looks organic.
Hello.
All right, cool. I think my internet will be good now, and I think I might have cut somebody off when I was speaking the last couple times because you guys would go a little bit robo, and it might have just been my internet. So it was getting a little bit awkward. That's why I just had to check. But my regular internet's back now.
All right, we'll start off. So we've got the first one is the Grave Robber tier, which is a 24 USD, although it's you're offering it at 33% off.
Well, Indiegogo makes you add a retail price for some reason, so I went completely OCD and made everything 33% off.
Oh man, I've done that sometimes too. With
Okay,
when you offer like a bulk sort of tier, like you offer like 5 copies or something at a discount, I'll put the regular price if you bought it 5 times individually, and it gives it that nice little discount.
Okay, so you get this. Oh, sorry. Why don't you talk about the Grave Robber tier then, Skinny, if you would?
Yeah, that one actually comes with a physical copy of Lone Wolf #1, which is Doug Garrett's book, and Otis Stein, along with the poster and exclusive swag like stickers and whatnot that isn't being included. But the really cool thing, and this happened here recently, is Michael Johnstone, who did Thrashers #1 and 2, offered me the ability to give away PDFs of his book too, so they'll get that as well, just not physical copies, just the PDFs.
All right, next one, digital PDF. That's pretty self-explanatory. $4. How many? I think I might have missed this detail. Like, how many pages is Otis Stein?
The story itself is 28 pages, but the book, including the cover, is going to be 36 pages.
Okay, for $4, that's a good value.
That's solid.
Physical plus digital PDF, very good. Two
Yeah, I
physical.
think every tier includes the
wait.
PDF.
Very good. Now that's what I like to see. That because like I told this to Nasser earlier. Over at the Mythoverse, we as a policy for our crowdfunding, no matter regardless of what tier you back at, we will email you a digital copy of the book you backed when it's completed. Because like we did this with our first campaigns because it took a while to get all the books done. So but the digitals were ready. So we decided we'll just send everyone the digitals just to give them something to hold them over while we wait on the printing. And that is a really smart move on your part, man.
Well, I think if you buy the physical, you should get a free PDF. I think, what was it? Marvel used to do that too. I don't know if they're still doing it. Where when you buy one of their new issues, you would get a free digital version of the comic. I think they changed it up to where you just get some random issue, though.
I guess he must have backed. I think you went up because he says tell him to refresh. So let's go back up and refresh and see what it's at.
I shall do so.
Everybody go back Skinny, go back his book. This is his first comic, and it's all complete. And Skinny's a dude that really loves horror, really loves comics, and you guys are gonna get a great book.
Yeah, I mean it's gonna be a great book, man. I'm really happy with it. Doug's seen like the whole thing. He's really happy with it, and it is 100% complete. I'm tweaking the lettering a little bit right now, though.
Cool. And of course, it takes like 5 minutes to refresh. But awesome, you're up to 1977.
1977.
Awesome, 79 backers.
The year of punk rock. The year of punk rock and Star Wars.
Punk rock.
1977 was when punk exploded. That was when it actually became a thing.
Yeah, that was like really when like who was it?
Okay,
Iggy
so
Pop and the Stooges
this one,
really
two
came
physicals
out?
plus. Nah, I think 1977 was more the year of the CGBG bands like the Ramones, Blondie, the New York Dolls, and also the UK bands to an extent.
77 probably was about the time that the England punk rock scene really started taking off. The Ramones were
the UK's.
Yeah, the Ramones released their first album in 76.
Okay, so UK was more like belonged to bands like the Sex Pistols.
The Sex Pistols and the Clash and the Damned. At least I think it's.
The Sex Pistols the Sex Pistols are fascinating to me because they have this massive legacy and they only released a single album.
Oh yeah, a lot of it was. There is a lot of branding that went into them and the kind of personality.
And a lot of drama with.
Yeah, I think the drama
the band,
is one
especially
of the big
surrounding
things
Sid.
that people really remember with Sid and Nancy. Yeah.
And I'm putting.
They also got a movie that starred Gary Oldman as Sid.
I'm putting the link again for Otis Stein here in the chat, and we're actually gonna have to start wrapping things up, you guys, because I'm about to go watch the NBA finals.
Well, that works for us because we gotta do Marmaduke's show pretty soon anyway.
But anyways, Skinny, what are you sharing here?
Yeah, that's the Blacklight poster, man. I got it framed on the wall.
Cool. Let me give you this.
God damn, that's
there.
Soft.
You go. Cool. Now you're
okay.
You got the solo layout,
dude. You gotta hook us up with your guy for that because we would love to because we got to do something like that over at the Mythoverse.
And
I'll send you
Harvest in the chat.
I'll send you the details in a DM. It was not cheap, I will tell you that. But this one's actually 18 by 24.
I would not imagine it would be cheap, but it's worth it.
No, but and then that's what it looks like just regular. Excuse the glare from the light.
All right, cool.
Awesome.
But yeah,
awesome.
it's a nice
So-
big poster. I will say there's no felt. I looked into doing because most blacklight posters actually have the felt like material. They call it flocking. Dude, for just getting 150, they wanted $2,000. I was like, no, I can't do that. I'm
What?
sorry.
Wait, what do you mean by 150? Like what?
Just 150 posters would have been $2,000
Oh,
Oh boy.
That's pretty steep.
with that
Yeah.
flocked material on them. So what I ended up doing was I hooked up with a printer, and I'll let you know who they are in the DMs later. But I just sent them a message. I was like, hey, do y'all have any blacklight reactive inks or whatever? And they're like, yeah, we got this fluorescent UV ink. And I was like, oh, cool. And then I ended up getting a quote from them, and it worked out perfect. Looked better than I thought it was going to.
All right, guys.
so yeah, it sounds like that money was worth spending.
Well, it's time to go, you guys. But the links, I put them one last time in the chat for everybody's books. Here's Otis Stein here, and Hallowed Harvest. And I put the link to my book trilogy, Eternity. That's there in the chat as well as the description. Everybody's books are in the chat and description. Thank you guys all for tuning in. We've still got 17 people in here, guys. So share out the link to the stream. Maybe people might want to catch it on replay. And make sure you check out everybody's books and share theirs out as well. And thank you guys for coming by. Surprisingly, I had 3 new people on my channel for the first time, and it actually went well. Usually I get people on here for the first time without talking to them, and they're actually pretty boring. But you guys we actually had some really awesome conversations on here. So I'm glad to have you guys on the channel. You guys could come back on whenever, and we could talk about this project and any other project you guys want to talk about. You guys could come on here anytime. And thanks, of course, Skinny, for coming on here. Skinny's one of the regular guests I have on here. Thank you guys all for joining me.
Thanks for
Well,
having
thanks
us.
for
All right,
thanks
thank
for
you
Shanghai and
having
us Nasser.
All right. Peace, guys.
All right.
Later.